The scene opens with the sound of rain. Not the gentle kind, but the hard, restless tapping against the classroom windows, like impatient fingers on glass. The sky outside is the color of steel, and the light in the room is dim enough to make the overhead fluorescent bulbs flicker like they're trying to stay awake. In the back of the room, Emma Hayes sits alone at her desk, her head bent over a sketchbook. Her long, dark brown hair falls like a curtain, hiding her face from the rest of the class. She is the quiet one, the girl who drifts through the halls as if she's passing through another world entirely. No one really knows her. No one bothers to ask. Except for today. It starts with a shadow falling across her desk. Emma looks up slowly to see Brianna Keller, the queen bee of the school, smiling the way a cat might smile before it pounces on a cornered mouse. "Nice hair," Brianna says, twirling a pair of silver scissors in her hand like a prop in some twisted magic trick. The other three girls, Brianna's loyal shadows, gather around. One of them whispers something, and they all laugh, the sound sharp enough to cut through the murmurs of the classroom. Emma tries to go back to her sketchbook, but Brianna's hand shoots out, yanking a fistful of her hair. Before Emma can react, snip. A thick strand falls to the desk, limp and lifeless. The laughter explodes. "Oh my God, look," one of the girls squeals, holding up the hair like it's some kind of trophy. Emma's heart pounds in her ears. She doesn't shout. She doesn't push them away. She simply sits there, her back straight, her hands gripping the edge of the desk so hard her knuckles go white. She looks at Brianna, really looks at her, with a calm, steady gaze. It's not the look of a victim. It's the look of someone who just made a decision. That night, Emma stands in front of her bathroom mirror. The fluorescent light hums softly, casting shadows on her face. She runs her fingers over the jagged edge of her hair where the scissors bit deep. In her chest, something stirs, not pure rage, but a deep, deliberate fire. She sits at her desk and opens her laptop. Lines of code, hidden folders, social media backdoors, they appear on the screen like an artist sketching the first lines of a masterpiece. Emma isn't just quiet, she's observant. She's been watching for years, storing details, filing away secrets. And now, she's going to use them. And if you're listening to this, you're already walking into the heart of the story. Here on Soul Touch Stories, we explore moments that hit deep, the ones you can't stop thinking about. If you don't want to miss the next one, subscribe now, because every story we tell could be the one you remember for life. By morning, the storm outside has passed. But inside the school, a different one is brewing. First strike, during first period, Brianna's phone lights up on her desk. She swears she left it in her bag, but now it's sitting in plain sight, screen unlocked, flashing a stream of messages, all the cruel things she said about her so-called friends, her teachers, even her own parents. The teacher notices, confiscates the phone, and Brianna is left stammering. Second strike, one of Brianna's closest friends, Lila, gets called into the principal's office. A copy of her test, with the answers clearly written in someone else's handwriting, is sitting on his desk. Lila swears she didn't cheat, but the evidence says otherwise. Third strike, a private group chat where the bullies mocked a disabled student mysteriously appears on the school's anonymous confession board. The posts are brutal. And everyone now knows who wrote them. By lunch, Brianna and her crew are shadows of themselves, their eyes darting nervously, their voices quieter than they've ever been. Every hallway feels dangerous. Every glance feels like a judgment. That night, Brianna lies in bed, the glow of her phone the only light in the room. An anonymous message appears, "You can't hide from the truth." She deletes it, but another one pops up immediately, "You started this." In her bathroom, she finds her mirror smeared with a single word in red lipstick, "Confess." Meanwhile, Emma is cross-legged on her bed, her laptop humming softly. She doesn't smile. She doesn't gloat. This isn't about revenge for her. It's about balance. About showing them what it feels like when the world turns its gaze on you and doesn't look away. The next day, the school is tense. Teachers are unusually alert. Students whisper in tight circles. Brianna tries to approach Emma once, but Emma simply walks away, her pace unhurried, her head high. It all comes to a head in the cafeteria. The clatter of trays and hum of conversation fade as Emma stands up at her table. She walks, slow and deliberate, toward Brianna, who is sitting alone at the far end. "You remember yesterday?" Emma asks, her voice calm but carrying through the room. "When you thought it was funny to take something from me?" Brianna swallows hard. "We were just laughing?" Emma's tone doesn't rise, but it cuts sharper than any shout. "How does it feel now? To be on the other side of it?" The cafeteria is silent. Brianna's friends stare at their trays. "I'm not here to destroy you," Emma says. "But you need to understand, every word, every cruel act, it comes back. You can't hide from it forever." Brianna's eyes fill with tears. For a moment, she looks like a child lost in a crowd. "I'm sorry," she whispers. By the end of the day, all 4 bullies have approached Emma. Some apologies are shaky and forced. Others feel heavier, like they're carrying more truth. Emma listens. She nods. But she doesn't hand out forgiveness like candy. That's something they'll have to earn. Walking home that evening, the setting sun paints the streets in molten gold. The wind lifts the uneven ends of her hair, and for the first time, Emma doesn't feel the weight of that cut. It's not a scar anymore. It's a reminder. If this moment has stirred something in you, if you've ever known the quiet satisfaction of seeing truth rise to the surface, take a second to like, comment, and subscribe to Soul Touch Stories. The next story might be the one that changes how you see the world. Weeks pass. The bullies change, at least on the surface. Brianna speaks softer now. She doesn't hold court in the halls anymore. People say she's different. Maybe she is. Then, one cold afternoon, Emma sees Brianna again, this time cornered by another group of bullies. For a second, Emma could walk away. She could let it happen. But she doesn't. She steps between them, her voice low but steady, "Not today." The other bullies back off. Brianna stares at her, stunned. In that moment, Emma realizes something: real power isn't in making someone afraid of you. It's in knowing you could hurt them, and choosing not to. The rain starts again as she walks away, but it feels different now. Cleansing. The kind of rain that makes the air smell like fresh beginnings. Because storms, she's learned, can destroy. But they can also clear the air, so something new can grow.